friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming with the Alice in Wonderland X Wet n Wild collection. So if you guys want to see swatches, if you want to see if these products are tan girl friendly, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I love playing with new eyeshadow palettes, new collections, drugstore, luxury, high-end, all of it. Oh, let's not forget indie. We love a good indie brand eyeshadow palette as well. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, highly recommend subscribing so you don't lose me in the YouTube stratosphere. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so I definitely ordered this collection on a whim. I bought a lot of pieces from the Wet n Wild and Sesame Street collab, and I try really hard not to buy drugstore makeup because I feel like some products are definitely great quality. I do try to be selective when I buy stuff, but with the Wet n Wild and Sesame Street collab, I bought so many things like here and there and everywhere that I'm pretty sure I ended up spending more money than I would have if I just bought the PR box. So when the Alice in Wonderland collection came around, I went on the Wet n Wild website and I bought the PR box because I think it was like $85. So I thought, hey, let me make a video, let me swatch everything. Let's see how they do with this collection. I don't know if Disney's out here just handing out collections with their Alice in Wonderland franchise. I mean, we saw Wet n Wild did one of my favorite new nail polish brands just did an Alice in Wonderland collection. And I know like Little Mermaid is their newest movie and there's a ton of like Little Mermaid makeup that's coming out too. So I don't know how all of that works when it comes to licensing, but it seems like there's a lot of Disney licensing to be had this year. But either which way, I did film close-ups and I'm sure I was flashing them on the screen. But this is the PR box. It is very pretty. It is custom, so it has like little bits from the movie on it and stuff like that. On the back, it talks about all the products that are in the PR box. And so I'm going to use that to kind of tell you a little bit about everything that's in here. So there's two layers to this PR box. The first layer is the one with the blushes, the eyeshadow palette, and then like a gloss and some stuff. So first of all, we're going to talk about the Talk to the Flowers blush palette, and I'm just going to hold it up close. I haven't had a Wet n Wild product like this in a while. Do you remember back in the day when we YouTubers were just starting out? There was a palette like this. It was called like a Mega Glow or something, a highlighter that everybody was buying, and I know I had it. I probably still do somewhere in my bin of things I need to get rid of, but I haven't had a Wet n Wild compact like this in a hot second. So here is what the inside of this one looks like. It seems like there's like two highlighter-y shades and then two more like matte blushes. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how I'm gonna do all of this because I'm filming this kind of late at night. That's really the only time I can film these days, when I get something newer. Next we have the T Anyone bronzer palette. So that's exciting because I didn't put bronzer on. I just have foundation on and eyeshadow primer. So looks like I'm going to have blush, bronzer, and highlighter. So that's kind of nice that everything's all here for me to test out. And this compact has the Mad Hatter on it. Super duper cute. And let me open it up and show you the inside. Okay, so the bronzer has the same layout as the blush. And it looks like it has a few different shades in it. I think this might work for me. I'm probably just going to swirl the entire brush in here, but it definitely has two glowy strips in the middle and then two mattes on either side. So that'll be interesting. And next we have the Curiouser and Curiouser highlighter palette. Okay, so this one definitely reminds me of that Mega Glow highlighter I was talking about, because the shades seem very similar. I wish I had that product with me because I would totally compare it. I'm sure somebody on the internet will dig it up and do the comparison. Okay, so then we have the Eye and Face palette, Lost in Wonderland. And it has all these cute graphics on it. I haven't swatched this yet, so I'm definitely going to insert swatches for you guys so you can see the shadows. It says on the back here, get lost in Wonderland with positively wondrous looks that are extraordinary as the characters. This palette features 15 hyperpigmented shades in a mix of buttery soft mattes, sparkly shimmers, gleaming satins, and self-adhering multi-dimensional glitters. And then on the back, it does have the shade names. So I know some people really like it when palettes have shade names. Personally, I don't have a lot of sentimental value attached to Alice in Wonderland, so I couldn't really care less, but if you're into those little details, I think that would be something that would make you happy. So I'm going to go ahead and open this so I can show you guys the inside. Okay, so here is a close-up of the palette. It looks like there's neutral shades as well as some fun pops of color, and on the back here it says the net weight of the palette is 19 grams or 0.67 ounces, and this is not tested on animals. It is cruelty-free and made in China. Okay, next we have the We Sing 2 lip gloss. It looks like that. This looks like a really light shade, so I don't know if I'm going to use it, but we have that. And then we have a liner. This is so adorable. So it's the liquid eyeliner in the shade Silly Nonsense. And it says, create dreamlike eye looks with this magical sparkly liquid eyeliner featuring a flexible brush tip for a non-skip precise application. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I've tried a eyeliner from Wet n Wild in a hot second, so definitely curious about that. Oh my gosh. This packaging is so cute. Let's go ahead and swatch. Oh goodness. It's basically like a very sheer iridescent liner. You could almost just use it as like a shimmer, but that is very light. I don't know how you would use that as an eyeliner necessarily, but that's just me. Okay, so now we're on to the second layer, and in this one we have the really cute We're All Mad Here hand mirror with the Cheshire Cat. Honestly, this mirror is so tiny. Like, I guess you could look at like one eye at a time when you're doing your makeup. I think this is just like the cutest little collectible. So I don't know if I'm gonna dip into that or open that up tonight, but we have it. And then I did have a similar brush set from the Wet n Wild and Sesame Street collection. So this is the Mad Tea Party 4-piece brush set. It says, join the Mad Tea Party with Alice and her strange friends using the colorful 4-piece makeup brush set featuring feathery, soft, vegan bristles that pick up and blend products to seamless perfection. So before I could really afford a lot of Sigma brushes or even like Morphe brushes or things like that, I would use Wet n Wild brushes. And honestly, are they amazing? Not when I have the brushes I have now, but for starting off, they were great. And the brushes in the Sesame Street collection were really nice. I did put those back into the packaging because I was thinking I was going to save that packaging. But this one, I think I might just take it out and toss the packaging and see how I feel about these brushes. So we have a big fluffy one that looks like it could be a bronzer brush. This one looks like it could be a blush brush. And then we have 2 eye brushes. So super duper cute, definitely very synthetic feeling. But I've had some Wet n Wild brushes that I've had last a good amount of time, so we'll see how it goes. We'll test them out and we'll see. Okay, next we have a glitter mascara. Oh, that's cool. So it's called Can You Imagine? This looks so fun. It's a glitter infused formula that adds sparkle and shine to lashes. It says, give your lash that extra sparkle with this glitter mascara. The easy to apply gel formula delivers a glitter holographic effect to your lashes for a luxe look. Can you imagine a more beautiful thing can be worn alone or applied on top of mascara? That is really a fun product, something a little different. And I think that's going to be really pretty to play with. So I'm excited about that. And then we have more lip products, I think. So this is the Wet n Wild Lip and Cheek Color. Ooh, okay. So it's a multi-use product from Wet n Wild, which I'm immediately curious about. Okay, so this is what the packaging looks like on the lip and cheek product. So I want to swatch it. This looks really pretty. Oh my goodness, it's like a pretty peachy color, so I think I would wear that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is the liquid eyeshadow in this particular collection. I had no idea they had all of these different types of products. This packaging reminds me of their liquid lipstick, which I'm a big fan of, but this is a liquid eyeshadow, so I will have to do some work taking that packaging off, which I'm not prepared to do right now. And then last but certainly not least, in this PR box, I have the Painted Roses. This looks like a lipstick. Okay, so here is the lipstick. Let's go ahead and give it a swatch. It's been a hot second since I tried a Wet n Wild lipstick. That's a pretty corally color. Okay, I am intrigued. And then let me go ahead and swatch the eyeshadow as well. Ooh, this is pretty. It's like a vibrant duochrome pink with a blue shift to it. Can you guys see that? It's right there. And it's like really opaque too, so that's interesting. I am definitely curious. So now that we've like looked at everything, let's throw it on our face so I can give you guys some of my first impression thoughts. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try out this bronzer. I'm so curious to see how it's gonna look on me. Let's try the brush, and I'm just gonna, hopefully I don't regret this. I just went in full swirl. I definitely see it. It's very close to my skin tone, so if you're darker than me, I think this is just gonna have to be a highlighter, would be my guess. But I'm just going ham. Oh, it's making me very glowy. So that is the bronzer. I applied it like a crazy person because that's how I like to do it. Okay, so for blush, I want to try this one out on one side and try the palette on the other side. So I'm going to use their brush for the liquid and just kind of, ooh, that's pretty. It has a very dewy finish to it. Definitely one I would wear. It's kind of reminding me of the one from Youthforia I recently tried. It has that like super dewy glow to it. So with my normal and dry skin, it looks very glowy. I don't know how that would wear on oily skin. And now we're going to try the powder, and I just swirled my brush and it picked up quite a bit on this Sigma brush, and it's a very glowy, a mauve-y color is what's showing up on me. It's very hard for me to see it. Maybe I go in a little bit more and add some more on, but it looks very dewy. So those are the two blushes, and then I want to try out the highlighter palette. So this one, I think you can kind of target what shades you want to put on. I totally remember they've had this before. I'm pretty sure one of you makeup archivists can tell me, but this looks shockingly familiar. So I'm going to go into the gold side, and we're just going to, oh, that's pretty. I didn't think I could add more glow, but there she is. So I just take a little bit of the gold. I can do the pink on this side. Oh, it's pretty. It's like a pretty rosy gold. I wonder if they've changed this formula at all from the original, or if it's the same. I'm just going to swirl for the chin, a little bit on the Cupid's bow. I feel so glowy. This is kind of wild. Okay, friends, so I'm going to start off with creating a purpley pinky look. So I want to start off by going into this shade right here with the Cheshire Cat, and we're just going to swirl that all into the crease. I really was pleasantly surprised by the Sesame Street collection, so I'm expecting that this one will also work really nicely. And then I'm going to take this shade right here, which is like a lighter shade, and we're just going to use that to blend out the outer parameter of that shadow, just to give it like a more blended look. Okay, and then I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is like a blackened blue kind of vibe, and we're just going to throw that on the outer corner to deepen things up. You guys know how I like to do my eyeshadow looks. And I'm going to take a little bit of this blue, which just looks so pretty, and I'm going to layer that on top of the kind of dark black shade just to give it some more dimension. Kind of turns it into like a really pretty like dark purple color. And now I want to do something fun and use the liquid shadow, because I haven't used a liquid shadow, I don't think, from Wet n Wild. So I'm going to grab this ColourPop brush, and I was going to be daring and like just swipe it on, but I'm not going to. This swatch so beautifully that I have a lot of what's the word? I guess I have like decently high expectations that this is gonna look pretty on the lid. And I'm just gonna drag it down here at an angle, and then I will help blend it in to the dark side once it dries down. But yeah, I'm basically creating like a little faux cut crease moment, but it's a really pretty shade. It's like a pinky purple color. So I know like everybody is like really into pink makeup right now, and the Barbie movie is coming out. So maybe this will give you like a Barbie vibe. So while that's drying down, I'm gonna play with the neutrals so that we can create a neutral look, because I'm guessing that people kind of looking at this at places like Target and Walmart are going to want to be able to see if this is a good neutral palette as well. So I'm going to go into this brown shade here, and the two dark shades both have like shimmer in them. They're like shimmery mattes, and this one has a bunch of like silvery sparkle in it, but it looks like it's not carrying over to the eye. So I'm just putting that on the outer corner and the lid and blending it into the crease as well. Is it like indie eyeshadows? No, but I think that it's doing a really solid job. And it's like building up nicely. It's not too pigmented, but it's like pigmented enough. And then I'm just taking this mustardy kind of lighter brown and putting it on the inner half of the lid as well as the crease, and just blending those two shadows together. I am trying really hard to hustle today. I feel like a little bit bad about it because I feel like I ordered too much makeup and I didn't account for the fact that I was going to be getting some stuff in PR this month, and so I just feel like I overdid it on my makeup purchases. So I had a Sephora order come, I had another indie release come, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I totally overdid it on my purchases, and so I'm trying to post this video as quickly as I can so I can make room for the other palettes that I want to play with. Okay, that is so pretty. I thought this looked like a rose gold, but it's like a peachy, like really pretty shimmer, and it's like pretty metallic. I'm just wetting it with my MAC Fix Plus spray that I wet all my shadows with when I foil them on, but how cute. I mean, I was expecting this palette to be good because, like I said, the Wet n Wild palette was decent, and this one is also really quite nice. So yeah, I'm not mad about it. So it looks like the liquid shadow did dry, so I want to do a little bit of this iridescent shade that looks very interesting in the palette. It's like a sheer base, but with tons of like sparkle. It looks white, but I know it has those like blue and purple flakes on it. So I'm just topping that on top of the liquid shadow just to give it a little bit more pizzazz, and I definitely want to put that on the inner corner as well. But yeah, the liquid shadow definitely feels like it's not going to budge, so we're gonna leave it like that. I totally forgot to use my little elf eyeshadow brushes, so I think I might use this for the lower lash line. So I'm gonna throw on some eyeliner and I will do the lower lash line quick. Okay, so on this side I'm gonna start off with that Cheshire Cat purpley shade, and this is a shadow brush, but it has like a little bit of thickness to it, so I'm just using it kind of turned like this and blending that shadow into the lower lash line. And I'm going to take a little bit of that dark shadow and just put it right on the outer corner because I want to tie in the dark shade from up here into the lower lash line as well, just to give it that smoked out look. So pretty simple. I'm going to add that shade, this shade, in the inner corner as well. And then I'm going to grab a clean brush because I don't think my Sigma switch is going to take off that shade, but I'm grabbing a Lethal Cosmetics brush and I'm going to go into the dark brown matte, and we're just going to run that on the lower lash line as well. I'm going to take a little bit of that lighter brown and throw it in the inner corner. And then for the inner corner on this side, I don't think I have anything in the eyeshadow palette, so I'm going to go into the highlighter and we're going to use the gold shade I used as a highlight. And we're just going to tap that on the inner corner. It's not lightening it up enough, so I put a little bit of the white on the inner corner just to give it a little bit of an oomph. And then I'm going to go into that iridescent shade that I put on the lid, give it a spray, and we're just going to pop that. That's like an indie type eyeshadow, the iridescent shade, so good for Wet n Wild, for, you know, doing something a little bit different for them. I mean, I feel like for this being a drugstore launch, it's pretty impressive. So really like how that is all looking. So I don't think I'm gonna try the lip gloss. It just looks a little light for me, so I'd rather pass it on to one of you guys. But I will go ahead and apply the lipstick because why not? Who doesn't love a bright red corally lip shade? And then I'm gonna try the mascara as well. So that's so creamy. The packaging definitely feels a little bit more affordable, or like kind of feels cheap, I'm not gonna lie. Even though it feels cheap, they still did like custom packaging, and it's a nice formula. It's like a creamy satiny formula, and I love like lip colors like this for the summertime, so I would totally pair this lip color with a look like this. Not so much like a purpley look, but definitely I love like a bronze eye look with a red lip like this. So yeah, I think that looks really, really pretty. So I'm going to throw on some black mascara and then we'll try out the sparkly mascara, and I think that'll pretty much be it. So I'll be able to give you guys some first impression thoughts on this collection. Okay friends, so we're almost done. I did try to play with the liquid eyeliner. I don't really get this product. It literally feels like a sheer sparkly, I don't even know, a pen. Like, it's not opaque enough to make it look significant on my lid, so I guess I could use it as an inner corner highlight, but I already did that with eyeshadow and the highlighter palette, so yeah, doesn't really make much sense to me. But I was able to put some mascara on, so now I'm excited to try this like iridescent mascara. And of course I'm being a total savage with the packaging, so yeah, let's go ahead and try this on my lashes. Oh, okay. This would be so fun for like music festival. Is it actually putting any sparkles on my lashes though? Okay, I can barely see it, you guys. I feel like this one is a bit of a scam product. Like, it's literally like just glitter on a wand. I wanted to put some on my brows to see. I can kind of see it on my brows, but on the lashes, I can barely see it. It's a very interesting brush. It's like basically little nubbies. Okay, I'm not really impressed with that. I was hoping for like a more glittery vibe, but it was fun to put it in my brows. I have sparkly brows now, so I might throw that on for some other looks. But yeah, I think we're done here. So let's go ahead and talk about each of the products I tried out today. Okay, so overall, I'm very excited about this box that I bought. It was definitely fun to try some of these products out. I would definitely say that if you're a big fan of the franchise, then I could see you picking this up. I'm trying to think, like, if I was a regular person and I saw these products on a shelf, like, would I reach for them? And I think I would. I think a majority of the products I tried today are really nice. You can definitely create beautiful looks with all of the products. When I compare it to my collection and my preferences, are these gonna dethrone any of my favorite drugstore products? I don't think so, but I just want to think of it from like every perspective when I'm giving you guys my opinions on this stuff. So this, like I said, was fun to throw in the brows. Other than that, I don't know about that. And then the compacts, like the little face palettes, these are really quite nice. I do wish they had done more options for the bronzer. This is definitely like a medium bronzer if you're darker than a light medium. I don't know if this is going to show up on you. I feel like it showed up on me, but with the bronzer, I like a bit of a more warm effect on my skin, so I can see a little bit of that on the face, but I feel like with this one, you can barely see that definition, so take that with a grain of salt. This definitely is their old highlighter that they used to have in the same packaging, just repackaged. I'm about 99% sure of that, and it's a nice highlighter. I definitely have used this product in the past when I couldn't buy every expensive highlighter that I wanted to. And then this powder blush, I don't love that much. I didn't feel like it was as pigmented as I wanted it to be. I think the highlighter palette kind of saved this side. I definitely prefer the liquid product, so we'll talk about that next. But yeah, these are also incredibly hard to open, and my natural nails have actually been growing for a change. So I'm not trying to fight with that compact, so I'm not going to try and open it. I think the lip product is nice. It's a pretty color. I don't feel like this is going to be particularly long wearing, but what satin lipsticks really are. So yeah, it's nice. This lip gloss is way too light for me, so I'm definitely going to just gift that to somebody. The liquid eyeshadow, I think I was like pleasantly surprised. It's nice. And it went on nicely. I think that they should do more shades like this. Actually, they have done liquid eyeshadows now that I think about it. Didn't they have like a Zodiac collection where they had, I think, quite a few liquid shadows? So I'm just, you know, forgetting because I've been playing with Wet n Wild products for years and years and years. These brushes, are they like the nicest brushes in the world? Am I going to throw out all my Sigma brushes and replace them with the Wet n Wild ones? Absolutely not. But they're decent. They're okay. I mean, I think these brush sets are usually around $15. So you're paying like less than $5 a brush. So at that price point, I don't think these are horrible. But I prefer, when it comes to drugstore, Real Techniques brushes. Those are really, really good. One of the MVPs of this collection is definitely this lip and cheek color. So fun. I don't recall if they've done something like this before, but it's a very pretty peachy color. And then I didn't use the mirror, obviously, but it's so cute. And then last but certainly not least is the eyeshadow palette. Again, is this one that I will continue to reach for in my makeup collection? Probably not. But if I was a makeup beginner, or say I was shopping for my daughters, like if they wanted an eyeshadow palette, I would probably start them off with something like this. Something a little bit affordable, not overly pigmented, and yeah, tell them to, you know, let their creativity fly, I guess. Again, incredibly hard to open. I feel like I'm going to break a nail trying to open this, so I'm not going to fight with it right now, but It has some really pretty colors in it, and the packaging's nice. I like that you can see some of the shades and things like that. So super duper cute. I think they did a good job with all the characters and stuff. It all looks pretty cohesive. I love that they included that blue shade for Alice's dress. So yeah, it's very simple, but also a really nice collection. And I don't think a lot of you were really interested in this collection. So I pretty much just bought this for myself, and I kind of impulse bought it. But like I said, when I was doing my makeup, I definitely bought too much in the month of June, and now I'm like scrambling to create content because I don't want it to just go to waste after I spent all my hard-earned money on it. So yeah, hopefully you guys watch this video. I don't make my videos with the intention of like selling you guys anything that you don't want. Hopefully these just give you some ideas on what the products look like on a tan skin tone, and hopefully you guys just like hearing my opinions on the makeup because I love testing stuff out. I love playing with it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video if you were just hanging out with me. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. I might even have one up today sometime later because I know for sure I have the Blend Bunny palette coming, and I also have the new Shroud Cosmetics palette. So I need to film with those at least. And then I ordered the Full Fantasy collection from Laura Lee Los Angeles and Lunar Beauty. So I'll probably have that video up too. So I'll probably have quite a few videos up this week. So definitely make sure you're subscribed and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!